Howdy. It is the Riot, Monday, September 19th edition. Hey, y'all.
Hey, is this our country western theme intro?
Anybody can say howdy.
Well, you said howdy and then hey, y'all. So I feel like that.
You doubled down there.
Yeah.
You said howdy, which is a little bit more country, and then you followed up with hey, y'all.
Like
Well,
this
you
is
would
your
know.
little lady speaking to you from the corral or whatever country stuff we want to add in.
All righty, partner.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, all righty.
Well, hopefully everybody had a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining our podcast today.
Today on the podcast, we talked a little bit about a man who, even after we finished the segment, I went back and watched like the video again of him like going crazy in the McDonald's.
I've watched it several times.
And it's just like, it's just wild to see someone be so calm yet so crazy at the same time.
Is this the Axe and McDonald's guy?
Yeah.
It is, I like in a way, under no circumstances do you have to give credit to him, but you do kind of have to give him credit because he has like something, he must have learned it from TV shows like I did, where the best thing you can do to get people to listen to you is act crazy, like make them think you will hurt them in a way of, oh, there's no telling what this guy will do.
So you're afraid, yeah.
Yeah, like in TV shows, I saw like people like hurt yourself to show to them that you're crazy, you'll do anything. And this guy's just like, I'll bust up the whole McDonald's to show them, hey, you better listen to me. If y'all do this to McDonald's, you don't know what I'll do to you.
Well, people are mad because he's out already. But if you want to check out the video or hear what he does, just keep listening.
We also talked a little bit about some Halloween costumes, what we are trying to get ready since we're about a little bit over a month away now. But this is like the time that if you're going to have a good costume that your friends are going to like, people are going to talk about, you need to get it ready.
Have you you've had some more time to think of it?
You got to tell your friends, so then that way everybody can try to tell each other what their costume should be.
If you'd like to coordinate.
Yeah, with your special someone.
You guys like
Yeah,
doing
if
that?
you like a what's it, like a partner costume or
Yeah.
whatever with your girlfriend. Yeah, a lot of people do that too.
Do you like doing that?
I don't have a girlfriend.
Well, no,
if
but
you
like when you got
did.
friends,
If
though,
I
you got a
did,
roommate. Like, would you do theme?
I would
You ever
coordinate.
do that?
I would coordinate a themed one. Yeah, I mean, last year we didn't, but I would if it was a good theme. Like it would have to. I'd have to be sold on it. I wouldn't do it if it was just like an average theme. It would have to be something good.
Why don't you dress up like your girlfriend?
Like I'm going as a ghost this year.
Okay, that works too.
What did you do last year?
Last year, I went as a mechanic. I went as a baseball coach. I went as, I think...
You did multiple costumes.
I usually have one for Friday and for Saturday.
Wow.
But see, those are good ones. Again, you assemble at home with like
Yeah.
stuff, so you're not buying a big, huge, $60 or $70 costume.
Yeah. What was your mechanic costume like? How'd you
I
do
had
that?
like one of those. The shirt was like I got the shirt from an actual Halloween store that was
Okay.
like a mechanic shirt, and so it had like the pockets or whatever, like right here. Like it looked like I was a mechanic. It was a good
Dang.
outfit.
I thought you went with coveralls.
Oh, no.
That would've been good.
That would have been good too.
Yeah.
What did you dress up as last year?
I believe I was Charlie Brown.
Oh,
Which was
Charlie Brown.
super easy because all I did was get the Charlie Brown shirt. It was like
That's
$10.
cute.
Yeah.
See, those are classic ones.
Yeah, I can't
That's
go wrong
where
with
you're
that.
still participating, but you don't care at all.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Well, you're welcome to text in at 877-2-RADIO-U or head over to Radio U Riot on our Facebook page and post there what you think might be good costume selection choices for us because we're going to need some help.
Yeah, we also talked a little bit about the NFL weekend, how we felt about yesterday. Hudson's Packers won. My Browns also played. And but the good thing, though, is the Browns play on Thursday, so we have a quick
Oh, they
turnaround.
do?
We play the Steelers on Thursday, so that means...
Oh, and the Steelers are coming off a loss.
So either one or two things are going to happen here. Since we had such a terrible loss yesterday, like I can move on really quickly, or like the season will end on Thursday if we lose to the Steelers, and I will be in severe pain on Friday.
I'll
I don't
order
know.
some wings or something to make
Yeah.
it better.
It'll be a
we'll
fun
have
little
fundraiser
time.
food.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It's a fundraiser.
Yeah. Is
Yeah.
that,
Forgot
is
about
that going to
that.
be wing night for the fundraiser? I don't even know.
I don't know.
But
we'll be a plan for Thursday
yeah,
night.
we'll have to revisit, circle back to the Browns on Thursday night. But you know what? If they lose, maybe it won't be. I mean, it'd be bad. Maybe it won't be so bad because every other team in the division also seems to really enjoy losing.
If we lose the Steelers on Thursday, I'm going to come into Friday with tears still in my eyes.
Aw.
It's going to be a sad morning.
Well, there you go. You could be a crying Browns fan.
Yeah,
for
on
your
Friday.
Halloween
There you go.
costume.
Get ready.
Well, enjoy the podcast today. Thank you for listening. We do have our fall fundraiser for Radio U coming up, so we'll give you more details tomorrow on how that affects our podcast. Okay.
And watch on the Facebook page and YouTube channel for our after show which we're doing with the Autumn Spice Milkshake from Chick-fil-A and a Pumpkin Spice Energy Drink from Your Bay. That's all I have to say about that.
Perfect. So you guys enjoyed the podcast.
It is
See you
the riot.
guys.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is the worst of the riot.
Welcome to Monday on the show. Hello, Nikki.
Hello.
If you don't mind me, just give me a second here.
Are you taking a sipsies of something?
Yeah, I need this. I need some coffee. I apologize to you and everyone for today. I don't think we're not in for a great show, or we're in for the wildest show ever.
Do you think it's not your A game today?
I think it's possible. I'll tell you why. Because I went to bed at 11 o'clock. And then the problem is I woke up at some time in the middle of the night. I didn't look at the time because I didn't want to. I was assuming, it's probably close to when my alarm goes off. It wasn't.
Aw.
I laid there forever, never looking at what time it was.
Were you too excited to start the week?
I don't know. It was
Or dread?
It was more of that. Okay. I wanted to sleep, but my body did not want to. It is one of those nights. And so I don't know how much sleep I got. It could have been 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It could have been, I don't know. It felt like I was lying there for a long time without sleeping. So it's one of those moments where I'm not tired, but I can tell.
It's going to get worse.
Yeah, I'm not tired, but I mean, I could always just fall asleep. But it's more that I already know my mind is not right.
Yeah, just think how tomorrow will be.
Yeah. Well, if I get a full night's sleep.
It won't help. No,
Yeah.
no.
Well, let's just take today.
Okay.
You know what? Why are you even going to start getting me on tomorrow?
I'm just warning you.
I've got enough dread for today.
I am warning you that we have sometimes the energy in the beginning of the show, and then it gets harder, and especially like the second day of the week. So, don't feel bad
You're
if
right.
that's how it is, and just keep drinking as much as you possibly can.
It is Tuesday is the worst day of the week. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate you bringing that up to tell me that as bad today is going to be, tomorrow's going to be even worse.
Well,
Thank
maybe
you.
you'll feel better about the moment now.
Nothing can make me feel better. Nothing except for this sweet jitter juice.
Keep drinking. Well, you got to get better by Wednesday. We will be kicking off our fall fundraiser on Wednesday morning, so you got to be better by then.
All right. Well, I'll try to get one good night of sleep if my body will allow between now and then. Right now.
Or lots of naps.
And coffee.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
Good morning, Isaiah.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Oh, it's a good day.
Yeah.
A good Monday.
Yay.
How was your weekend?
I had a grand old weekend.
You did?
It was pretty relaxing on Friday. I just kind of hung out, watched some movies. Saturday, I hung out by the pool all day and then watched the Ohio State game with some friends. Yesterday, I was out and about watching all the NFL games and whatnot, and so it was a good little weekend.
Even though the Browns had a thing.
Even though the Browns lost, but
Still fun.
I
that's
didn't
how
want
it
to bring
goes.
that up.
Well, I mean, it's the
Why
the
we could have brought up Ohio
elephant in
State?
the room.
Ohio State won by
I
like
know.
70.
I was I couldn't believe I was across, I was home. I have a bar across the street. I can hear people cheering all the time, particularly Ohio State fans. And even when, I had the game, I wasn't watching the game, but I knew what the score
Browns
was and
game or the
stuff.
Buckeyes?
The Buckeyes.
The Buckeyes, okay.
Nobody was cheering during the Browns game.
Not at the end anyways, but they were cheering at the end of the Ohio State game. I couldn't believe the cheers when they scored their 63rd point were as loud as the cheers when they scored their first. I could not believe those. I mean, I guess God loved the Buckeyes fans.
Well, I
Still
stopped
having a good
watching
time.
because it got, I know you're not
I
supposed
thought
to.
you were a real fan this
well,
whole
no,
time.
I mean,
I stopped watching too, Nikki.
At some point-
After the first quarter, we were about like 40. I was like, all right, I'm just going to hang out with my friends now.
And
I was
then-
like looking up at the TVs. I was like, okay, we're still winning.
We're
and then
still
I'd go back to
winning.
conversation.
well, then Eric comes in. He's like, yeah, I think like the third set of people are in at that point.
Yeah.
And I think that's great because that gives people who normally don't get a chance to play.
Yeah.
But I know you're supposed to stop scoring at like a certain point with it being like bad.
Why?
Well, it's supposed to look bad a bit, but I didn't know if when you get into
It's
the
supposed
70s,
to look bad to win.
does that count as like too far, or should they have scored?
I think
more?
as long as you don't score 90, I think you're
90 is the
good.
limit.
I think 9, maybe 80. I don't know. If you score 80, that's a little bit much. I think we scored like 77, I think.
It was close.
I think once you get into like 84 range, then you're really putting it on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you should be able to score as much as you want.
But before you feel bad for like Toledo, like that'll pay for that school stuff for like
Yeah.
forever.
For so long.
It'll pay for them to continue to be like the 6th best football program in the state.
It'll make it possible for them to still play and
Yeah.
stuff.
So other than that, like Nikki, you have a good, interesting weekend. Anything happen?
You and
that
I
wasn't-
spent
that
most
didn't
of
revolve?
Saturday together.
Yeah.
We went to a festival on Saturday with Wolves at the Gate and Tripoli. So Hudson and I had a great time meeting everybody on Saturday.
We did. We had
Isaiah didn't come.
Oddly enough, I was at the pool. I don't know.
people were asking about you.
Were they? You
They
tell them I was
really
at the pool?
were.
I was like, I would have been there, but unfortunately,
I don't remember what we told him.
you were like, I think he's somewhere else. He's in the bathroom again.
I think
You know,
we just said he's too good for this.
There
No.
was a little river thing. You could have just swam there.
You swam in there?
Yeah.
And still been able to see
You
everybody.
could have soaked up the sun. Now, Nikki, would you like to tell everybody why you left the festival? Why you left early?
Why are you putting that out there? I didn't leave early. I left right on time.
You want to tell everybody what you made me do?
I had to use the restroom, and I wasn't going to use the porta potties at that point.
Oh
And
my gosh. So you left early?
I didn't leave early. I left perfect time. Perfect time.
I told her she
When
could
did you leave?
Like before the last band?
You were like
Okay.
an hour after
Yeah,
me.
I stayed the whole time. I had to pack everything up myself, which was fine. I had less of an issue with that and more of an issue having to go up to the people that are like in charge. And I had to use, like, they did give us a pass because, we're there for work. And I was like, I went up to the building where I thought the nice bathrooms were, like, for the VIPs. And I said, the bathrooms are in there, right? And the woman who I'd already dealt with a few other times for a few other things clearly hated me. And she's like, you have to go use the porta potty.
No way.
And she said, your bathrooms
She
are over
totally
there. She said
humbled
to
you.
me.
You just soaked that? Wow.
The worst part was I was doing this for Nikki. I didn't even have to go. But then I had to walk over to the porta potties and act like I went to the bathroom because I couldn't just walk away. I was
appreciate
like, well, I
you
have to
doing
go,
that.
but I don't have to go that bad. Sorry, but yeah.
Jeez,
When
that
they
was
put
rough.
the porta potties like a mile down
They
one
really
way.
are,
Of course.
Because
And-
to not make everything else smell, of course.
And at that point, I had stopped drinking like 2 hours early just so that I
You're
could
like, no
have
more
to
water.
go
I
to
can't
the
have another
bathroom.
drink.
I can't. Thanks for bringing that up. It was a
Yeah.
great Saturday.
Well, I had to go through. Other than that, it was a fine time.
It was.
But that's what we do for each other. That's what I do for Nikki. I let her leave early, and I try to bully my way into the VIP bathrooms.
Hey, I got you popcorn, all right?
That was right. That
So-
popcorn bag was
That
as big
evens
as
it
my
out.
head.
Evens it all
It
out.
does.
As big as my head.
And I'm
so-
sorry, Isaiah, you missed everything. Fine.
I know. It's all right.
You could have used a porta potty.
I could have used a porta potty on
Yeah.
Saturday.
I would have made you go ask.
Yeah. That's what would have happened. You're
They would have
right.
let Isaiah in. Too.
Yeah, they would have been like, come on inside. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what a great weekend.
It was good.
What-
Hopefully, everybody had a fun weekend as well. If you could top any of that, what did you guys do over the weekend? You can text us at 877 Radio U. And nothing better still than a great answer of I did nothing.
Yeah.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
Of course, we've got to talk some football. I've got a couple things I'd like to bring up with you about the NFL from yesterday. One, I would like to know, Isaiah, Nikki, you can chime in too.
Sure.
But I don't know how much you paid. Did you watch any games?
I watched the Buckeyes on Saturday, but no NFL
no
games.
NFL. So what was the worst loss? There was a lot of just like kick to the kneecap losses in the NFL yesterday. Which was the worst?
Some sort of a sick joke
What do you
we're doing
mean?
here.
It's going to
What do
be
you
the
mean?
Browns.
There was a
The Browns are
talking
winning by 14 with a minute and 55 seconds left in the game.
Uh-huh.
And we lost. So if I had to pick a bad one, I'd say that's probably the worst.
And
That was pretty bad.
They won the week before, and everybody was so excited.
So excited. It's the first time that's happened since 2001. The Bears did it also against the Browns. So that's the last time it happened.
I'm sensing a pattern.
So yeah, that was a historic loss. So all the other losses yesterday, like the bad losses, like those are bad losses. There were some really bad losses, but that was a historically bad loss.
But I mean, the Browns, they lost to Joe Flacco. You're up 14 with 2 minutes left, but you didn't even lose you weren't even the worst. That's not even the worst loss in your division, quarterback wise, because the Bengals are now 0-2.
Oh,
thank goodness.
They lost to the Cowboys, Nene's Cowboys, with Cooper Rush.
the Cowboys won?
The Cowboys won?
They won.
Yeah.
I was so happy when I saw like the Bengals lost, the Steelers lost, and they're like we all lost. The Ravens lost too. The AFC North as a division lost every single one of the games. Made me feel better, but it is really disappointing because we should have won the game.
Yeah, but there was it was crazy, Nikki. There was just so many horrible losses yesterday. The Browns, obviously, the Bengals. You should not lose. You got to the Super Bowl last year and you're losing to Cooper Rush, who he's not good. He's not. He's a backup, and he barely qualifies as that.
I still wish you could be
applies to Joe Flacco too.
I just think you should be a sports commentator during the game. Be like, he's just not good.
This dude is just trash. Honestly, I don't know how they're winning the game.
I think you really build up the team spirit.
Yeah, I think it would motivate people.
Oh yeah.
If they heard me talking like this. And the Ravens, they lost. They were up by 21 points. Blew that lead.
Too?
I don't know how much the Raiders were up by, but it was comparable to the Browns' collapse, where they just decided to let Kyler Murray for the Arizona Cardinals, their quarterback, just run all over them. Eventually, there's a lot of bad losses. Fortunately, my Packers avoided that. And I also wanted to get you guys to chime in on. Do you see Tom Brady? He gets every Wednesday off season long.
Is that like if you're a football player, like especially of his caliber and seasons?
There is no football player of his caliber.
So, do you think he could just say what he wants to do at this point? Like, he's like, no, I'm just not coming in on Wednesdays.
Clearly.
I think so. I think he just, whatever he wants to do, he can do. So, apparently, he's taking Wednesdays off, which, this has never really been a thing for anyone before. It's just, not practicing one of the days of the week. I mean, I would love to have Wednesdays off. If we could kind of get that worked out here, that'd be great.
You're not Tom Brady, so
I know, oddly enough.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
If anybody's getting Wednesday off, it's me.
Hey!
Oh, no, that's not how this works.
But that is, you guys think that's going to be the downfall, one of the many downfalls of the Buccaneers? Yeah. When their season is over, you can be like, well, who knows how far they could have gone if Tom Brady actually spent every Wednesday with the team.
If he keeps winning, if it's a good season, no one will say anything about it. But if it's not a good season,
every
I feel
time they lose, right?
Yeah,
yes,
it's going to be his thing. They'll just blame him. But I feel like Tom Brady must not be making many friends on the team if he's like, no, I'm just not coming in on Wednesday.
Won't be there on Wednesday, boys. Have fun though. They even said everybody in the reporting has said it's really not that important. He's been in the league for so long. There's nothing that he's really going to gain on Wednesdays at this point that he didn't already know, or the chemistry with his teammates he already has. And so at this point they're it's just Tom Brady. He's going to be fine on Sundays. But once they start losing games, this is going to be the first thing they bring up.
He was already throwing tablets yesterday on the sidelines, and they've scored they haven't scored that many points. They haven't looked very good.
They still won, though.
Yeah, they still won, but it's going to come back to bite them.
They say you'll get a day off here and there because it's a long season, and then we're adding, unless you're Tom Brady, then it's every Wednesday that you get the day off.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to blame Tom Brady. I'm going to blame his wife and kids. They're the problem.
Remember what we talked about last week?
But you know what actually I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I'm not going to blame them. I'm going to thank them. I'm going to meet them and shake their hand and say thank you for making it easier for the Packers to get past the Buccaneers.
You're ready for Tom Brady to be out.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
Did you guys see this video going viral over the weekend? 100% wild this is. From a New York City McDonald's. It shows it's three guys getting into an altercation with one other guy. Mm-hmm. And at first, it is unclear based off of the video to me, you can't really make out, at least I couldn't when listening to it, you can't make out what anybody's talking about. You don't know what the fight is about.
It's about a girl.
It is? You
I think so. I think the guy who has the weapon was disappointed in some, what was it, advancements being spurned or something. Like she maybe turned him down or something like that. And he was some sort of, like he was a delivery driver. And it seemed like they fought about that.
Did you see that all in this video?
No, they just had, I think they arrested him or they were trying to find him, but he's out.
They did arrest him. So the altercation starts, and it's three guys that wind up kind of beating it on him, but you can tell, right? Like they're beating on him, but he is unfazed.
So unfazed. Yeah. I'm in shock. I'm watching the video right now. He soaked so many punches just standing there.
Yeah, but they're weak shots.
They're so weak, but I'm saying, why? Like he's not even fighting back. He's just standing there letting them punch him.
Because he knew
he has a surprise.
Yeah,
he knew he had something in his back pocket, or more accurately, in his backpack. So they finally stop. I guess they realize, or they're like, "Oh, we gave it to this guy. He's done, right? He's learned his lesson." But he clearly hasn't. So he once they stop beating on him, he gets his backpack out. He opens it up. He's got a hatchet.
Yeah, he's got a
hatchet in his backpack, and he goes through. He doesn't hit anybody. I don't think he doesn't hit anybody with the hatchet, but he starts throwing it around, busting tables, breaking windows and stuff like that to make it clear. Look, this guy's wild.
Well, he'll start threatening people. I mean, it's a McDonald's.
Yeah.
For crying out loud. You're just eating.
Like, the hatchet is wild. Like, what kind of person carries a hatchet in their backpack? Like, I don't get that.
But he was a delivery driver, so he just always.
So that's his go-to, a hatchet?
Maybe.
If I'm a delivery driver, like, not even like pepper spray, a hatchet. That's what we're going with, a hatchet.
Apparently,
they're scaring people.
He also had a knife that he didn't even find necessary to use in this situation.
If you get a hatchet, you don't need a knife.
I don't know. I believe that in New York City, just anywhere, you need something for protection. But a hatchet is a wild choice, because I think if somebody else also has a weapon, a lot of other weapons are going to beat a hatchet.
But I feel like.
Then what other practical use is there for it? That's the only reason
none. There's no other. Like, what reason would you need a hatchet
to smash up a McDonald's?
Any form of your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Well,
I've never been like, dang, if I only had a hatchet today, my day would be so much better.
You've never worked delivery.
Yeah, clearly.
So he has been arrested, but I think he's already out already. But for criminal mischief, 3 counts of menacing and 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon. And then again, the biggest issue also, yes, the threatening people, but he did destroy the property at McDonald's.
That McDonald's is torn up. I wonder if they kept, they probably stayed open, right? Just put up a little caution.
You just sweep up the glass and you move on about your day.
Move on with the day, yeah.
Nobody, that was takeout only at that McDonald's.
Have you been to a New York City McDonald's?
Yeah, you don't want to stay.
It's probably not bad that they cleaned up anyway.
Now, what do you guys think? You think that was the first time he's broken that out, or, like he was just waiting and finally he's had this hatchet forever, finally I get a chance to use it, or was this not his first rodeo?
I think this was his first rodeo, because I think if you get caught swinging around a hatchet more than once, then he would still be in jail right now. There's no way you can continuously be like, oh, got to get my hatchet back out again. I guess I'm doing this again.
I don't know. I feel like the way he goes around smashing tables, I feel like he's had some experience,
Probably practicing at his house. Just swinging that thing around.
All smashed up.
He knew a moment would happen one day.
I also really like how you see this has nothing to do with anything else, but I like how it's New York City, but there's a guy in a cowboy hat. Have you did you pick up on that?
Everybody else is like, just another day in New York.
Yeah, what a mix of individuals there.
I'm also distracted because he has quite an earring in.
He does. Yeah. I think swinging around too.
Very distracting. You should
get that dangly on.
Because if you're fighting, someone could grab onto that and rip your ear thing off.
Well, you got to watch out.
He didn't seem too phased about it. He wasn't
when
too
you've
worried.
got a hatchet, I don't think you need to worry about the earring.
I just like, because, you're watching, you're like, well, this is a low moment for you, sir.
The Riot Radio U.
Now, Nikki, how'd you like to go Yeti hunting?
Yeti, as in the cooler, the cup, or the...
yeah. Well, it'd probably be more fun to go... Well, what would be more fun? Hunting for an actual Yeti monster?
Or the mug.
Or looking for Yeti-branded merchandise?
That's a good question. I don't know if I think that Yetis are confirmed exactly, but sure, I bet in parts of the country, the Yeti hunting is a thing.
Yeah, I think, but you know what? I don't know if you'd catch anything if you went that kind of Yeti hunting.
Oh,
but
this
what I
is the
can
one.
promise you is that if you were to get to the Alaskan shoreline, you'd have a decent shot at catching a Yeti cooler.
Yeah, this has been around because they started showing up a few months ago, and TikTok kind of made it famous. But they're still showing up because off the coast of Alaska was some sort of cargo ship that spilled containers, and a lot of them were Yetis.
I'm seeing here was Washington's. There was a cargo ship that spilled 109 containers. Near Washington, like the state of Washington's Olympic Peninsula.
And you can still get
And
them?
that was last year.
Wow.
And yeah, now people are finding them. I mean, some of these are just this past week or two of people finding Yeti coolers. We have one guy who collected 20 of them.
Nice.
And 109 shipping containers. I wonder what else. Was it they have just one giant boat?
They think it was
with
mostly
100?
Yetis.
That's wild.
And,
that
I mean,
seems like
Yetis-
so many. Shipping containers are huge.
If you've never, it's not like the drink ones, it's just the coolers. If you've never seen a Yeti cooler, they can be pretty expensive. So if
$400 I'm seeing.
If you wanted to always go to Alaska, you could go up there, get some Yetis, sell them when you come back home, and bring them home with you.
It would probably pay for your trip if you were lucky. Now, Nikki, you're a camper.
I
got a
have
Yeti
camper.
cooler?
I do not have a Yeti cooler.
Why not?
Because
this is your chance.
I have an igloo one, and it's
just
done
as good.
It's done pretty good. But there was a teal Yeti cooler that I was tempted by.
Really? Because I was looking at these colors and I was wondering, are they colored that way for visibility?
I'm not sure.
Because it couldn't be because it looks good.
There's just a lot of
They're
bright,
pretty
yellows
ghastly.
and teals and whites and stuff.
That must be so you don't lose it.
There's another company. What's the one? It's not Yeti, but it's something else, and I think they're even more expensive. I almost got swayed by that, but then I realized I don't even use the cooler I have.
You don't?
I don't.
Why not?
Why? I have
How are
a
you
fridge.
keeping stuff cold? Oh, I guess you do.
I'm a camper, and we have a camper. It has a fridge.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. It sounds like you're not fully embracing the camper lifestyle to
Well,
me.
I would do anything to go to Alaska. That is
Yeah.
on a bucket list of trip of mine.
There you
and
go.
if I could get a nice Yeti cooler while I'm there, if they're still there by the time I get up there.
You could be like the guy who found 20. You sell 19, keep one for yourself. All of a sudden, that trip, that's spending money to make money.
I just love the people. They're just everybody has like a couple Yeti coolers.
And they are so happy. Look at them. I've never seen bigger smiles than on the people who found the free Yetis. Probably because they're $400 and they're getting them for free.
Well,
and it is quite a testament to the Yeti's durability that can wash away at sea and show up on shore months later and still be in working condition.
Well, they're there if you're still interested. I don't know how long it takes for a cargo ship going down, like for the stuff to make it to shore, but they're still showing up.
Yeah, I imagine we're gonna keep seeing them. It was 109 shipping containers. There's a lot of Yetis to go around.
That means if I'm ever in a boat wreck, I want to stay inside the Yeti.
That's right.
And I think I'll make it then.
That will be your flotation device.
That's my lifeboat.
Yep.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
You know what else is coming up is Halloween.
We're getting closer.
Have you picked out your costumes yet?
I feel like Isaiah probably tries more than the rest of us.
Yeah, you feel like a big Halloween guy.
I feel like I'm the only person in this room that's going to have a reason to wear a costume. What are you guys going to do for Halloween?
I usually
Trick or
like,
treat?
Okay. I didn't know that you guys were still trick-or-treating. Like, obviously, I don't know if I'm going to go. I haven't been trick-or-treating in, like, I don't know, like 7 years
You can.
probably.
What?
People come to your place, and so you wear a costume while you pass out
Okay, got it.
candy.
Do you ever sit out in your in your driveway? That's a lot of people do around me.
Yeah, not
They
for
sit out in the
not where I
driveway
live.
dressed up.
bonfire?
Yeah, you just like it's
Okay.
a nice community evening.
Gotcha. Yeah, the people don't come to my house to trick or treat. Unfortunately, the neighborhood kids don't roll through my way.
We live on a
they
dangerous
shouldn't.
road.
Yeah, as you can tell.
They shouldn't. So are you going to dress up though? Or?
Yeah, of course I'll wear something.
And have you decided?
I haven't even looked into what to wear yet. I haven't really thought about
I
it yet.
see. You need to be Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
You think
Ted
that would
Lasso?
fit me?
That feels. Have you watched Ted? Of course you have.
I haven't seen it.
You even
why
know
it's
what that
perfect.
is?
Of course not.
You
I know what it is. It's a show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
What is it
so far.
about?
He has a mustache, right?
Yeah.
He does have a mustache.
I know
You
what it
could
looks
totally
like.
shave the rest of your beard, use your
Actually, yeah.
mustache,
Just
wear
do
a
the mustache.
tracksuit, get a whistle and a visor, and you're good.
That'd be pretty, low effort.
Sounds perfect.
I'm looking at this list. So this is Spirit Halloween, of course. They put out like their recommendations of what the trends are. They didn't give specifics. And then this website here has gone through and like picked out some. And so Ted Lasso is one. I feel like Ted Lasso is so last year, though.
Oh, you can still do
the show
it.
is still popular, but everybody was Ted Lasso last year. All the dads were Ted Lasso. I think that's from the past. We need something more current.
More trendy.
So here's what Spirit Halloween says are the trends. And I feel like they didn't put a lot of effort into this either. They say witches. Now, granted, with Hocus Pocus, that might be a little more boosted, but that's a typical Halloween one.
Witches, that's what they came up with?
Yeah.
That was their big idea for
wait
this
till you
year?
hear more.
The list gets better.
Yeah,
Wait.
wait
Wow.
till you hear this. Clowns.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, that's a new trend
new.
for 2022.
Sheesh.
Group costumes.
Okay.
Groundbreaking stuff there.
And then streaming icons, they say. You know, dressing up like something from a streaming TV show, which they leave super vague.
It's just Stranger Things,
which
guys.
is, I mean, every show is a streaming TV show. So now based off of that, this site has picked out like you could go as one of the Hocus Pocus sisters. You go as Pennywise. Again, I mean, that's kind of classic Halloween, but at the same time there hasn't been an It movie in a few years. Why did they pick out the Robin Scoops Ahoy ice cream Stranger Things costume?
Well, that just means they have some from the many past years,
Yeah.
and they
Why
want
do
to
they
get
even
rid
still
of them.
sell
Yeah,
that?
exactly. These are like overstock items that they haven't been able to sell, and they're like, we need to sell more of the Pennywise costumes. We have way too many in stock right now.
So we need to improve upon this. We need to come up with current 2022 ideas.
No, I think you have to go older. Like, you just need to find some sort of classic Halloween costume.
I think, Nikki, you should go as somebody from the Lord of the Rings.
You think?
That's
Lord of
current.
the Rings,
That is
huh?
current.
Yeah,
Why don't you be...
Keep thinking that feels like work.
What do you mean?
does.
You put some hair on your feet and some elf ears and get a fairy wand and you're good to go.
All right, I don't know what show you're watching, but sure.
For me, what am I going to do? What would be... You know what? I want to be Dolly Parton. She's timeless.
Okay, great.
I think I could pull that off.
I think that'd be a really
see it
cute
now.
costume.
Yeah.
Oh, you could base it off, remember her dog clothing line?
Uh-huh.
She's in a lot of rhinestones.
There we go. Yep, I think I can pull that off. A lot of eyeshadow, too.
Well, if anybody comes with anything better, I feel like we need to just keep working on ours.
Yeah, we still have like a month left, but like right now is when you really need to start planning if you're gonna have something good. If you
Right.
wait till like mid-October or even early October, you're gonna have a bad costume. That's just how it's gonna go.
You wander into a Spirit Halloween on October 14th, and it looks as empty as it did before it was a Spirit Halloween.
Don't you think it's better if you don't have to go to a costume place? Like, you should be able to put together
put
a
together
costume.
something.
That
Yeah, if you
feels
like
better.
a la carte it from Amazon, it's gonna be way better.
Yeah, you can totally do that. That's why you need enough time.
Yeah, well, you'll definitely save some money doing it that way, too, because these are expensive.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.